Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first part of the first episode of whatever this turns out to be. I'm your host, as always, Michael Cannon.
And I'm here too, your co-host Isaiah Burns.
My bad, bro. I never know whether to introduce.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, it's us again, and we're here to review a movie. Today's movie is gonna be the first Batman movie, part from the Dark Knight trilogy. Which, what is it called, Isaiah?
The Batman. I'm joking now. Batman Begins.
Yes.
Starting off with a young Bruce Wayne there.
And not only that, a young Christian Bale. A young man.
A young Alfred. Even though he's already 60.
I'm just kidding. What's his name? Christian Bale? He looks fucking old, bro. Like, that was my first thing when I saw, like...
This?
Yeah, I'm like, this fucking Batman looks like a grown-ass man. Like, I don't know. Batman, I get it. He's supposed to be like a billionaire, but... I don't know, man. He looks old.
I mean, the cartoon Batman also looked old. Like, he also looked like... but he also was, like, a grown, like, a big guy. A bigger guy compared to Christian Bale.
What's your history with Batman as a person? As a man?
Who is he? Who is he to me?
The man behind the mask.
I think he was honestly. I think he was like my personal history was definitely watching. I think this was like the first Batman I ever seen.
This movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've definitely seen the other Batmans. Actually, no. I saw fucking what's his face. It was Clooney's Batman first.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I played on TV all the time. On some bullshit basic cable channels.
Right.
And that shit would just pop on. I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Were you ever, like, into Batman as a kid, though? Like, any of the, like, TV shows or like, cartoons?
I think I was more into the lore of Batman, of just, like, knowing who he is. And, like, as a kid, not always, but having action figures. And people just buying you toys and not even, like, really knowing if you like them or not. And so I literally just got, like, random-ass toys, and I'd be like, oh, this is Batman, huh? This is pretty fucking cool.
Right, yeah. The earliest I can remember, Batman, I mean, you know, there's, like, fucking the Justice League and, like, the old cartoons and shit, but I was never really into Batman as a bat person until around the Dark Knight movie, because that's sort of when he, like...
exploded.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously Batman's been around since like the fucking 60s, but that's when, like, I don't know, there was so many Batman movies at that point, I think, that like no one ever thought it could be like an actual good movie, like, and not just a fucking cartoon on the big screen.
Fucking Danny DeVito's in a Batman movie.
Yeah. And Jim Carrey. But also, like, that movie, I think it was just like everyone around me was into it and talking about it, that it sort of just dragged me into it. And I was like, okay, I hadn't even seen the first Batman. I didn't know there was a movie before this one. I thought this was just the first Batman movie.
Before this one.
No. I mean, like, as a trilogy. I didn't know this was the middle movie. Like, I thought.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about The Dark Knight.
Okay. Sorry.
Not Batman Begins. Okay. But yeah. So it was a while. I actually didn't go back and watch Batman Begins until I bought the fucking trilogy Blu-ray pack.
Damn.
Yeah, it took me a minute. But then, as I was watching the first movie, I got, like, halfway through, and then I started recognizing, like, oh, I've seen this at some point before.
Yeah.
Like, on TV or something. So I seen, like, half of it.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, this is definitely, I feel like, one of those movies that you remember seeing, like, in the fucking background, like on FX or some shit.
Of course.
Like, while you're doing something else, this shit is just randomly on.
Yeah, it's definitely out of the trilogy here. That Batman Begins is definitely like the slowest one.
Yeah, I think it also is like one of the best. Like, this and Iron Man are probably like the best like hero introduction movies. Though I feel like it's usually like not. Because, yeah, it's slow, and it stretches, like, a long time. Let me see how long this fucking movie is.
Yeah, it does stretch out like a motherfucker. Because this movie is, like, I don't want to say. I'm gonna guess. Well, before you get it, almost like hour 49.
Let's see. I have the answer right here.
Like it's not more than this. Can't be 2, can it?
What's the runtime of this bitch? Okay, well, it's like I said, it came out in 2005, and oh, here we go, 140 minutes. So it's actually not that long. I mean, it's an hour and a half, basically.
You don't. An hour is 6. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. An hour 60 minutes.
An hour and 40 minutes.
You said. I think you said an hour. Oh, I think you said 140 minutes.
140 minutes. Yeah, I'm stupid.
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, don't listen to me, guys. Sorry. Yeah.
God damn.
That is fucking long. That is a long ass movie.
I don't remember it being that. I remember being slow, but when you, we're gonna break it down for you guys.
And that boy Liam Neeson. Oh yeah.
Ra's al Ghul.
Right. Before we get ahead of ourselves, though, let's break it down.
So, we start off.
Break it down.
Yeah, young Christian Bale. He's fucking around on the mansion. He's like, I'm rich. This is my territory. What's this hidden garden over here?
Is this him as a kid?
Yep.
Are his parents dead yet?
Nope.
Okay.
He falls down the well. This is the classic Batman tale of tales. He falls down the well, and then which is actually which is the Bat Cave, which later turns into the Bat Cave. First falls down the well. He gets attacked.
What was he doing, fucking around there?
He's just a rich kid. Parents
Did he drop
don't care.
something down the well, or was he trying to pick something up?
I think something like that. I'm just saying he's just rich, so he just fucks off.
Okay.
But then his dad comes and saves him after all the bats like swarm him, and he's like, oh, wait, wasn't there a thing like Batman was scared of bats?
Yeah, because
of what happened.
Because of this, I think.
Yeah, because
they all fucking come out when he falls down the well.
Well, yep, he was scared of bats.
It fucking scars him.
And then his dad comes down, saves him, and then his parents get murked. That's then like the very next
immediately
scene.
The next day.
The very next day they go to the play. The play. How old is Batman?
Right.
The play. The fucking the theater.
And then a homeless crackhead goes up to Mr. Wayne, asks him for
his wallet, some money, and he gave it to him too. That's the fuck part. Oh wait, no, his wife.
He tried to
take the pearls.
Give me the gun, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's how it actually went down, though.
I'm pretty sure comic probably is like, blam,
right.
Like blam.
Gotcha. Bah!
I'm waiting all day for you, Mr. Wayne.
Right.
Gotcha.
Freeze, motherfucker. All right.
And then it does a classic jump movie cut. I'm pretty sure to him getting scarred and going to the funeral, and then jumps to him like 13. I think it says 14 years later on this.
Okay. I just remember him being in the fucking frozen wasteland of whatever country he's training in.
Yeah,
Siberia or some
what
shit.
What inspires you to just train your ass off and like, I'm gonna kick everybody's ass now? like what country was this supposed to be where he just like, I'm gonna go train with the best of the best?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like they just jump forward and don't explain like his relationship with Ra's al Ghul.
No, not really. They kind of just jump forward and they like he's just searching out to like be trained and get it. I think it's like expert level. I don't know, black belt or something. I don't know, fucking farther. He's going for training, and so he damn near dies. That's what it was. He damn near dies out there because he's so fucking cold. And then it shows Bruce Wayne's courage there to push through that.
Is that what that was?
I'm not sure because he was about to die.
That reminds me of fucking cold. John Wick, where they're like, go walk in the desert until you pass out.
Yeah.
And then we'll find you.
And
like,
then,
how the fuck even does that work?
You want me to die first before this happens? Yeah. And so This is where he goes and he...
we forgot the important part about it. Oh, wait. Did his parents already died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then he gets comforted and groomed by a young Gordon... I almost said Gordon Freeman.
Lieutenant Gordon?
Yeah, Sheriff Gordon? I don't fucking know.
I don't know his first name.
Yeah.
Mr. Gordon. Okay. Lieutenant Gordon at the time. Not commissioner yet. Not the commissioner. He becomes commissioner later. But, yeah. You put a nice jacket around a young soul. To comfort him. Whatever the fuck he said.
Like, wait, before you go, I have to know.
Oh my god. So he knows. And so he knows. But he then he goes. And then he goes to train, right? He got the flower. He brings it to he's about to die.
Yeah, he has a crush on Ra's al Ghul, so he gives him the flower.
Yep. And
I
then
don't remember what flower you're talking about.
And then and then he's in the fucking ninja cave or ninja school with Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, this
fucking...
is cool because everyone's like a ninja, and then it's like, wow, man, Liam Neeson, you've been at this for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, nice little academy going here, buddy. What is this for again? Why are you? But it turns out like to be, what are they called?
The League of Shadows.
The League of Shadows. It turns out that the fucking League of Shadows, and they've been like the fucking, like the Illuminati basically.
He purges his fears.
That's crazy. They're basically the fucking Illuminati. I'm gonna say that they're the Illuminati because they like interfere with shit, right?
Yeah, he was training with them, but then he learns that they intend to destroy Gotham.
It's like, why? Who the fuck?
Because they say the city's beyond saving, and yeah, burning it down or some shit.
It's like, why?
Oh no, yeah, he burns down the temple. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, he definitely is like, not my city, nigga.
Yeah, I run this shit.
And then he like,
they tell him to fucking kill some dude, and he's like, why?
Yeah,
he's like, just do it, don't ask why.
Oh, well, Batman doesn't kill.
That's
where it all starts there.
And then that's how Batman is born, and he's like, oh, he also fucking saves Ra's al Ghul from like falling off a cliff or whatever. And
yeah.
He's like,
oh yeah. Every scene that I've ever seen a movie do that fucking like breaking their arm.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Your arm is broken.
Of course.
You're not holding on to that fucking man. That man weighs 180 pounds. You're gonna drop this fucking old ass motherfucker easily.
Yeah,
that's what I think happens. I think Ra's al Ghul dies off that.
I think. Do you know what happens next?
What happens next is that he goes into the jail, right?
What jail? Arkham Asylum?
No. The prisoner like place, and he like escapes from that. Or was that before? I let me see.
I just know that after he leaves and goes back to Gotham, I don't know. Does he start talking to Fox at this point?
No.
Morgan?
Yeah, no. He goes back to Gotham. And then, yeah, he talks to Morgan.
Yeah, and he's like, I want to become a superhero.
I want
to be the Batman.
I gotta defend this city from what is coming.
And he's like, Master Wayne, you know? We usually don't use these for what you're trying to use these fucking things for.
He's like,
does it come in black?
No. He's actually
Master Wayne. I'm appalled that you would even suggest that we use these things.
Who knew?
I'm just gonna leave the keys right here for you.
I'm gonna just chill out with that racism, Master Wayne. And then so he goes back and he's like, all right, I'm the Bat. Give me all the weapons that you can think. Oh, not even weapons, like gadgets and gizmos. That you can think of, Mr. Fox, and I got you. No matter what happens.
And
I'll save the city.
He knows that there's like a dirty cop who's working with Falcone,
yeah, you go
who
and
we didn't even bring up yet.
There's like a whole bunch of crime. First of all, Gotham looks like shit.
Yeah.
The Ra's al Ghul is damn near right.
Falcone's like the kingpin of the city.
Yeah, all of Gotham looks like a piece of garbage. To be honest, he goes to like that underground thing where he meets up with the mobster Falcone, and literally that looks like fucking trash. And so
Batman intercepts. This is when we see the first action sequence of Batman taking out dudes because they're like going around this shipyard, and Batman's there, and he's like, "Caw-caw!" He's fucking upside down, starts swooping motherfuckers up, and he sees the dude who's like he's a police guy, but he's dirty time. He's a dirty cop.
I don't care about that. I don't forget that guy's name.
Oh yeah, well
I forget that guy's name. He's not important.
He's like, you tell your boss, yada yada yada, and yeah.
I think that. Oh well, all this is also happening. The League of Shadows is planning to contaminate the water.
Right? Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna. It's gonna. Oh, is it Scarecrow?
That was a Scarecrow, yeah.
Yeah, Scarecrow.
That was his whole thing. I don't know. I don't think they meet yet at this point, though.
With Scarecrow?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. This Wikipedia site isn't really giving me.
Yeah, this is just not helping me either. To be honest,
I don't really remember this fucking movie, bro.
There's a lot that goes on this
movie
2-hour
is fucking long.
All right. Well, let's just tell it from what we remember. Fuck it. Okay. I'm just going off the walls now.
Okay,
It's just like, how do I remember this shit? This motherfucking Batman, Scarecrow meets up with.
Okay, no, he goes to Rachel and is like, "I have evidence against Falcone. You got to give this shit to Gordon." And then she's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "A friend." And he like flies away because people were trying to kill her at the like train station, and he comes and saves her in the nick of time. But
oh yeah, and then Falcone gets caught. And then he goes into the insane asylum. He goes into the thing, and he meets the Scarecrow. And he's trying to plead. I just watched this scene earlier. He's trying to plead insanity. So
yeah, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And then Scarecrow uses his gas on him.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh yeah, he's really insane in the membrane.
This man's fucking crazy over
right,
here.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the warehouse fight now with Scarecrow.
Okay, yeah.
Right? That's the first thing I remember now. It's like the warehouse fight with Scarecrow. He's taking out dudes left and right. He's doing his Batman teleportation shit, where he's a thief in the night. He got that. He's going crazy on him. That's pretty much it. And the Scarecrow keeps trying to use his gas on him, and he's like, "Fuck! All I see is bats. I'm scared."
Yeah. Batman gets fucking sprayed in the face, and he's like freaking out, starts tweaking,
scared as shit. He's never faced a foe like this before in his young career. Batman is very fucking scared, and so he loses that fight. That's the first time they meet. He loses that fight off the rip.
Yeah, doesn't he like caught on fire too?
Something crazy. He loses, and then he somehow gets back to Alfred, or Alfred finds him or something, and he loses that fight. And then more plot shit.
Bro, I'm just trying to read this shit and think at the same time. It's hard.
I'm literally just like remembering all of like the main things.
Rachel accuses Crane of corruption. Falcone of corruption.
She goes in.
Batman interrogates Falcone, and he claims to work for Ra's al Ghul, but he's like, what the fuck? I don't fucking know.
And then Batman is trying to figure out.
He's trying to get an antidote to Rachel. Is this?
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Or no? This is not it.
Bro, this movie's fucking ginormous. Now that I think about it, this movie's fucking huge. God damn.
Yeah, this is a long movie.
So Rachel gets poisoned by Scarecrow.
We're only 20 minutes in.
Okay. Rachel gets poisoned by Scarecrow. And like an actual poisoning. Like not like her regular gas. Like what he did with the gas was like so it was the first like dose of like how he was gonna like fuck up the whole city, basically. And so he gets that on Rachel, and she just cannot handle it. She's always in constant fear. She's just tripping out, and she's dying or something like that. And so Batman is trying to find an antidote. He's like, what the fuck is going on? And then while this is going on, I think he also sees the plot for the water.
So, no. Rachel basically tries to accuse the dude of corruption.
Scarecrow?
No, Falcone, yeah. And that's when Scarecrow's like walking her around and showing her all the shit. Yeah, and then he basically shows her the water supply shit, and he's like, "Oh, we're dumping all these fucking toxins into the water supply." And then she's like, "Why the fuck would you show me this?" And he's like, "'Cause I'm gonna fucking kill you." And then he sprays her and makes her all insane and shit. And then Batman goes and subdues. My bad. I think this is we're talking about the fucking. I get these names mixed up. Batman goes and subdues the fucking Scarecrow, and he's like, "Who do you work for?" And he says, "Ra's al Ghul." And he's like, "Ra's al Ghul is fucking dead."
I killed him with my bare hands. You see these knuckles? I pee him to a fucking pulp.
Yeah. And then, fuck, man, I keep losing my place.
I think Ra's al Ghul. What happens next?
He saves Rachel. He gives her an antidote, one for herself, like one for Gordon, one for mass production, and then he goes back to his birthday party because I guess it's his birthday also.
Yeah, he throws a party during every fucking Batman. In the middle of a party, something has to fucking go down for him, and then he has that cool ass fight.
Well,
right?
Before that, he's like trying to play a dickhead, and he just wants a reason for everyone to leave the house because he sees. No! You know what happens is interesting because some old ass lady goes up to him and he's like, "Oh, Bruce, I have a friend that wants to meet you. Now, what did you say your name was? Ra's al Ghul?" And then he's just like, "What the fuck?" So he turns around and it's some Asian dude and he's like, "You're not Ra's al Ghul. I watched him burn to death or some shit." And then he just moves out the way and then Liam Neeson's like, "Nice place you got here.
Nigga, in my house?"
And then he's like, "None of these people have anything to do with this." He's like, "Well,
please don't."
So he basically puts on a show to get them to leave. So he starts acting like an asshole and like a drunk guy. And he's like, "It's not a joke. Everybody get the fuck out now." And they're all like, "You fucking asshole." And they all leave. And then shit gets real and they start throwing down.
They start beating that nigga's ass. Number one, he getting fucked up the whole time. And also, like, Alfred was somehow, like, got out too.
We haven't even brought up fucking Alfred at all during this review.
Yeah, Alfred, like, got out the house, and then comes back and tries to
I'm not gonna let you shit the fucking house away, Master Wayne.
He's like, I live here
these crazy gadgets and gizmos.
I was here for fucking 6
Your father built this company from the ground up.
How dare you?
Anyways, so, yada yada yada. He fucking, he sets the house on fire. He sets his house on fire. He's, "Fuck you, Dad." The house is gone. Who cares? It's just a house. And then Ra's al Ghul, who has a microwave emitter, which basically turns the water to steam, so he like makes everyone breathe into all this toxic shit. He puts this shit on the train and like starts fucking going over on the monorail system.
Snowpiercer vibes.
Yeah, and releases all the basically part of Gotham is locked in this fucking crazy. The steam it starts blowing up and shit. You know, people start going crazy. Batman rescues Rachel from fucking about to get mobbed.
Rachel just is a liability altogether. She stays on some bullshit, like, constantly. Like, why the fuck are you getting caught again? Like, that's my shit. Like, you got me caught up again.
And so
wait, we skipped the part where he like does the cool.
Bro, they skip a lot of shit on this fucking description.
Well, I want to mention this before because this is like towards the end now.
Okay, if you remember anything, please speak.
There's a cool ass scene where Batman is fighting or like is running from the cops, and what he has to do, it's like in this fucking big ass building, and so by now though he's conquered his fear of bats, because I guess he didn't really truly know he had a fear of bats like that, but he conquered it. And so after all the fucking, he gets the security, you know, it's a same old movie trope where all the people are lined up on the stairs and shit, and they're all after him.
Oh, right,
and then he jumps from the roof, and he calls all the bats. And then all the bats from fucking, like, all of Gotham come into this one fucking building. And, like, they're distracting everybody so much that he's able to jump from the fucking
That's
roof.
when he's trying to give the antidote thing to, what's his name, right? Or no, am I tripping?
I think it's that.
Yeah. Because then he's like, can you drive a stick?
What the fuck?
I have one question to ask you. And then he's like, what is it? Could you drive a tank? Do you know how to drive a spaceship?
He's like, yeah, sure, whatever the fuck, Batman. Whatever you say, Batman, I can do it.
And he shoots the fucking rail. He's like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. This thing's crazy.
Yeah, that was probably the coolest scene in the movie. Because he walked out the fucking front door out while there's a fucking million security guards.
Yeah, so back on the train. With... Oh, yeah, also fucking Scarecrow. He's running around and shit because all the cuckoos are out and he's on a horse. And then he gets fucking banged on the head or something. She like tosses some shit at him or something.
Like, what the fuck? Why are you on a horse? And that mask, if I was on that gas too, I'd probably be fucking tripping.
Yeah.
See that man on a fucking horse? It is basically New York though, so of course they have horses and shit all around.
So it's the final showdown between Liam and Batman on the train.
Liam.
And he's like, you know, I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you either. And then he fucking fucking flies away.
Deuces.
Fucking opens up his wings and literally flies away out of the train. He fucking backs out and floats away.
And then he just lets the fucking train fall out the fucking sky and land in the middle of... how many people... Give me the death toll on how many people just got crushed by a fucking train.
Yeah.
That just flew from the fucking railing that was like 50 feet high.
And that boy Liam is a goner, we assume.
He is...
And then Bruce, he gains Rachel's respect and love, but she decides she cannot be with him now, according to Wikipedia.
She's like, all this Batman shit, bro. I can't be around that.
Oh, by the way, she knows that he's fucking
Batman.
Because when he's at some point when all the commotion was going on, he's like, "Hey, I'm Batman." She accidentally finds out. I don't remember how, but
I don't remember how either. But honestly, like, she fucking for show was like, I can't be around all this Batman shit. I'm scared, Bruce.
Then she hits him with the fucking classic line that women love. What? If the city ever decides to not need Batman, then we can be together.
Fuck
clearly the city's gonna need Batman.
Clearly,
we live in Oakland.
Clearly, bitch, Batman's here to stay. You know how much money the suit costs, bitch? You think I'm gonna be done with Batman?
So he becomes a public hero, and then Bruce reveals that he has purchased a controlling stake in Wayne Enterprises because, you know, his dad left the company to that motherfucker who really didn't care.
To the board.
Yeah, the board. And they were all like, Fox, you're fired. Go fuck yourself.
And he was like, ah ha ha.
Go back down to the mailroom, you motherfucker.
Mailroom. And then Fox comes back and was like,
oh, didn't you get the memo, you piece of shit?
You're fired, nigga.
Fired!
He's like, excuse me, sir, you're sitting in my seat.
Yeah.
Fox, if you don't get the fuck out of here. No, I'm serious. Like, you gotta go.
So he fires the dude and replaces him with Fox. And then Sergeant Gordon is promoted to Lieutenant Gordon.
They're very diligent with this nigga's promotions
and then
throughout
he's
these
like,
movies.
Alright, now that I'm fucking promoted, my first inaugural act is to give all of the fucking taxpayer money and build this bat signal. And fucking shows off the brand new, whips the fucking curtain off and sparkly new bat signal. And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh,
taxpayer dollars.
Hey, Batman, by the way, if you get the time to help us out, we have a new crazy guy in town who's been fucking killing a lot of psychos and then leaving this card. And then he shows them the fucking Joker playing card. And then he's like, alright, this motherfucker's next. And then fucking grappling hooks away and flies.
I don't know the Batman theme song. What is it? Like, is
that's it.
Old? Oh, my God. Hey, I wish that happened. I wish they would be so corny with it. Like, that should happen after he did anything. Like, when he did the fucking flying away.
That would have been hilarious. So, this movie was,
I think it's the longest of the Batman. It feels like it's the longest.
I don't think it is the longest.
I thought hella shit happened. Now that I think about it, hella shit did happen. You know how many locations they went in this fucking movie?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bottom here. Let's see, box office. Okay.
Did it make a Billy yet? Did it make a bill?
There's no way this made $1 billion, bro.
It was the first one. It didn't make a Billy.
It says it accumulated 48 million on the opening weekend.
How much did they spend on this movie?
Here, I'll just go to the straight facts.
All right.
It was a budget of 150 million and box office return of 373.4 million.
Okay, so they doubled.
Yeah, but if you're not touching a Billy, are you even?
Are you even trying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
As with all of his films, Nolan refused a second unit.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know, but it said he did this in order to keep his vision consistent. Whatever a unit is.
I thought Unit might have been sequel, but he clearly did that. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking facts here. So, what did you think of the movie, Isaiah?
Honestly,
I feel like this was a bad review.
Huh?
I feel like we did a bad job reviewing this.
Yeah, we were kind of just going everywhere.
Bro, we were so fucking scattered all over this place.
Sorry, guys. I promise you, The Dark Knight. We
know
that one for sure.
Better.
And also Rises will definitely be better. But I think that this movie, I'll give it a B. It was a solid B.
84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
There we go. It was hella long. That's one of my biggest gripes about this. There's hella shit in this movie. Like, the fact that I didn't even remember, like, half of that shit. And it hasn't even been that long since I've seen this movie.
It's cited as one of the most influential films of the 2000s. Says who? You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess for influential for, like, the start of the superhero era.
In 2020, Empire Magazine named it as one of the 100 greatest movies of the 21st century.
I can agree.
This one, if you put this one in, there's no point to put the other ones in. I would rather have the other ones.
They're all three in there.
They're not going to put 3 out of 100 movies. All three Batmans.
I'd put all three in my 100.
I don't want to waste a spot, though. That could be, you know.
Have we even seen 100 movies since our lives?
Yeah, what the fuck? I've seen way more than 100 movies.
I probably have too, but
I probably own 100 movies, bro.
I probably would put this one. I'd probably put all three in there. They'd be way separated, but they'd all be three in there. I don't think it definitely. If I had to vote one off the island, though, it would be this one. Like a B, yeah. What do you think? What do you think about this movie?
You know what? It's definitely the worst of the trilogy, but that's like not saying a lot because those are all great fucking films. I think as an origin story for Batman, it's good because it's like spends half the fucking movie getting to Batman.
Yeah. And
then it's like the other half is like, okay, it's not just Batman versus, you know, whatever. They all tie it back into his origin. You know, it all goes back. You think it's Batman and the Scarecrow. It's like, oh, I'm your casual fucking street villain, but really it's a fucking figurehead behind this larger organization that it like explains his origin at the same time as like playing a role and like giving him these villains like the Scarecrow and the League of Shadows and shit. So it's like you're also being introduced to this much bigger plot that's going on while this smaller shit that's happening it's interesting because it's creating this atmosphere of Gotham that it's like, I'm really in this bitch,
Yeah, man.
It's really Batman in here.
One thing I do have to say about this movie is that they focused on how much what Gotham looked like more than in any other movie.
Yeah, is it ever daytime in this movie, bro?
Yeah, it is, but it's a lot of nighttime. A lot of fucking nighttime. And this one definitely comparative to the other ones. This one definitely goes in more detail of how Gotham looks. And the other ones, they just picked a block on New York.
Yeah,
there's a block in the New Yorker, that's fucking city, any general fucking city, and was that was Gotham. Let's throw some extra trash bags and make it Gotham.
it is the 4th highest grossing Batman film as of August 2012. Oh well, what the fuck?
Well,
behind Tim Burton's Batman.
Wow, Tim Burton did better than this one.
Which grossed $411 million worldwide. Also being surpassed by its sequels, Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, both of which have grossed over $1 billion.
Hey man,
they touched the Billy, see?
They had to kick it off. This had to be the stepping stone for the Billy. And also, they didn't portray Ra's al Ghul as a crazy. They didn't do the classic villain thing that you do in movies where you show a scary villain.
Because you think he's the good guy at first.
Yeah.
Also, Batman Begins was the 8th highest grossing film of 2005 in the U.S.
Yeah.
If that means anything for fucking 2005.
A lot of movies came out in 2005 that I remember though.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of good movies. But also, I don't know, the main villain of this, what we thought, Scarecrow, when, in your first, promotion for this, you gotta have a better villain.
I think the actor for Scarecrow was cool, too.
I just watched a thing about him today, earlier.
Is he actually fucking insane?
No,
He
he's
looks
actually
like
just really good, and he's also very British.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's weird every time, but Scarecrow definitely... Shout out to Scarecrow. He's the only fucking villain to survive all the movies.
That's true, because it's is he really a villain? It's just a dude in a fucking mask.
With some smoke. Yeah. We got some toxins.
Alright, so you want to do a special Black Atlas scale, rating scale?
Yeah. We gotta give it... What's our scale?
Let's do a
thing?
A thing.
What's a inanimate thing that we can compare it to? That we can tell.
On a scale of, what are we rating this? How do you feel about this movie? What would you say?
Well, we got to give it something that's specific to us.
Yeah. From Zoop to Zork. No, just I don't.
I give it. I give it 3 slaps to the back of the head.
How many, where is she?
I give it 4 out of 5 I give it 3 out of 5 where is she? Batman grunts. I give it 4 Batman grunts out of 5. 3 Batman grunts out of 5.
I'll give it a...
Why do you want to kill me?
What did you say?
Why do you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you.
I'll give it a
Don't play with me, Joker.
I'll give it a fucking 4... I'll give it a 3.5 Christian Bale's fucking nose moles. His face moles out of 5. God. 3.5 face moles out of 5.
Shout out to Christian Bale. He had to gain a lot of weight for this movie.
He also lost a whole lot of fucking weight.
And then gained it back again for Batman. Stay tuned, guys. We promise Dark Knight Rises will be...
Yeah,
concise review.
Yes.
Because we actually know that movie. This shit was everywhere. But this also movie was everywhere. You want to know something? Shout out to Liam Neeson. Still.
Why do you want to kill me?
What?
You mind saying that one more time? Why do you want to kill me? What? Why do you want to kill me? I said, why do you want to kill me? Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but I can't understand what you're saying. I'm not yelling me, Joker. Still just guttural sounds to my ears. Don't let down on me, Joker. Tell me where they're going. Okay, we're obviously having some failure of communication.
Yeah, so we're gonna call that an episode?
Yeah.
Alright, thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed the Dark Batman Begins.
What did I kill
We'll see you next time on The Dark Knight when we review The Dark Knight.
We'll be on The Dark Knight, too.
It'll be a dark night when we review it.
Dark Knight what is it? After dark.
Oh, that fucking Drake song? I have to die!